The inland taipan's scientific name is Oxyuranus microlapidotus. It's also known as the fierce snake, a name that's actually pretty misleading, and we'll get into why later. This snake is native to the semi-arid regions of central East Australia, specifically an area called the Channel Country, which stretches across parts of Queensland and South Australia. It belongs to the elapid family, which puts it in the same broad group as cobras, mambas, and coral snakes. On average, the inland taipan grows to about 6 feet long, though some individuals reach up to 8 feet. One of its more unique traits is that its color actually changes with the seasons. It turns darker in the winter and lighter in the summer, which helps it regulate its body temperature in an environment with extreme heat and cold. This is the part you've been waiting for. The inland taipan's venom is considered the most toxic of any land snake on Earth, based on lethal dose testing done in laboratory mice. But it's not just toxic, it's a complex cocktail of 3 different types of dangerous compounds. First, there are neurotoxins, which shut down the nerve signals that control your muscles, leading to paralysis. Second, there are hemotoxins, which interfere with your blood's ability to clot, causing internal bleeding. And third, there are myotoxins, which actively break down muscle tissue. To put the potency into perspective, a single bite from an inland taipan can deliver enough venom to theoretically kill more than 100 adult humans. Without treatment, symptoms can begin in as little as 30 to 45 minutes, and death can occur within hours. But here's an important distinction. Venom potency does not automatically mean a snake is dangerous to humans. How deadly a snake actually is in the real world comes down to other factors too. How aggressive it is, how often it encounters people, and how frequently it bites. We'll circle back to that later because it completely changes the story. Inland taipans are ambush and pursuit hunters, and they target mammals almost exclusively, mainly native rodents like long-haired rats. Scientists believe their venom evolved to be this potent specifically because their prey is fast and warm-blooded, meaning a rodent could otherwise fight back or escape before the venom took effect. To solve that problem, the inland taipan doesn't just bite once and retreat like many venomous snakes do. Instead, it can strike multiple times in rapid succession before finally releasing its prey. This rapid multi-bite strategy ensures the prey dies quickly, which minimizes the risk of the snake getting injured during the hunt. Despite being nicknamed the fierce snake, the inland taipan is actually shy, reclusive, and goes out of its way to avoid confrontation. The nickname doesn't refer to its temperament at all. It refers to the potency of its venom. Because it lives in such remote, sparsely populated parts of Australia, encounters with humans are extremely rare. And when a person does get close, the inland taipan will almost always flee or hide in a burrow rather than strike. In fact, there are no recorded human deaths from a wild inland taipan bite. The handful of documented bites have almost all happened to snake handlers or researchers working directly with the species, and every one of them survived, thanks to anti-venom. Compare that to a snake like the saw-scaled viper, which has much weaker venom but is aggressive, lives close to people, and is responsible for a huge number of snakebite deaths worldwide every year. It's a perfect example of how venom strength and real-world danger are 2 very different things. Habitat and conservation. The inland taipan lives in the Channel Country, an area of floodplains, cracking clay soils, and semi-arid grasslands. To survive the region's extreme heat, it takes shelter in abandoned burrows dug by other animals, like cracking soil frogs or small mammals. Right now, the species isn't considered endangered, but its extremely specific habitat requirements make it vulnerable to climate shifts and changes in land use. And because it's so remote and rarely observed, much of what we know about its behavior wasn't even documented until the 1970s and 80s. Anti-venom and safety. Australia has developed a dedicated anti-venom specifically for taipan species due to how medically significant their bites are. With prompt treatment, bites are survivable. The key is getting medical help quickly. If you're ever dealing with a venomous snake bite of any kind, the standard advice is stay calm, immobilize the limb, apply a pressure bandage, and get to a hospital immediately. Do not cut the wound, and do not try to suck out the venom. Those are old myths that can actually make things worse. The inland taipan has the most toxic venom of any land snake, but it's rarely ever encountered. The saw-scale viper has far less toxic venom, but causes more snakebite deaths worldwide than almost any other species because of how aggressive it is and how close it lives to people. The king cobra is the largest venomous snake on Earth and delivers a massive volume of venom per bite. And the black mamba is known for being incredibly fast and can be aggressive when it feels cornered. This comparison really reframes the whole deadliest snake conversation. Toxicity is only part of the story. Real-world danger is a completely different question. So while the inland taipan holds the title for the world's most toxic venom, it's proof that the deadliest thing in nature isn't always the one you actually need to fear most.